the lively and boisterous sounds of Atsuko Chiba playing this in. I almost didn't remember the name again. I'm Peeze. I'm joined by Simo Dajne, Steph Berardi, Eagle at Master Control, and Atsuko Chiba, because I remember the name. This is Calling The Audible. You are Division C. Thank you for tuning in. Simon.
Bonsoir.
Eagle has asked for us to behave as though this is a job interview.
Yes.
Start the clock.
Why are you interested in accepting this position?
Well,
that
you know,
you don't hold because you're subbing from Wakan. But what makes you interested in accepting this position?
the reason why I want to do this job is because I feel like if I don't, because I've been done it for so long, if I don't get it and refuse it, it means that I'm fired.
Mm-hmm.
So I would rather get it than say, sorry, I can't do it. I took something else instead. So I feel like I could still be here if I wanted to.
Stefano,
Yes.
you're you do some scorekeeping for us.
I do a lot of scorekeeping.
Now you're on the show.
Yep.
How did you hear about this position?
Well, there was this thing on Facebook that I kept getting tagged in for some reason called Calling The Audible. And, I tuned in. I'm like, you know what? Simon sucks. I could do better.
All of that is factual.
There you go.
Yeah.
And now I'm here.
Yeah.
So many true.
It's actually it was in the job description. It says
Be better than Simon.
Simo sucks.
Oh, okay,
you can be
Simon.
better.
Right.
Question mark.
No, you could be better. It's like a motivational speech.
Eagle.
Motivational.
Thank you.
I am a person.
What
Are you?
is
No, you're
our
not.
company's mission statement?
Flight Plus Football
No,
intends to
You
no.
realize I'm just reading them off a list,
Calling
right?
the audible.
it wants to provide the best entertainment for an amateur flag football league in Montreal and offers a competitive yet at the same time fun environment for those to express their football passion on a field.
The way sentences are never started in mission statements at the same time. Because why would you start with it?
Yeah.
It's very hard to come up with a mission statement on the fly.
Not really.
Like,
Figure it out.
Considering
maybe you should
we've
prepare
never
for your
actually
interview.
written one.
Maybe you should
Maybe
prepare
you
your
should
shit
prepare
then.
for your interview.
Come on now, guy.
The one that you asked us.
The one that you should prepare for something
you
you
asked
us
me
for.
to do it.
Sure.
This is
Makes
all
no
your
sense
fault.
that
guy.
you wouldn't be prepared, Eagle.
Because you know what's gonna happen. We're gonna ask you.
Yeah. Who's Anonymous Narwhal?
What?
Am I supposed to know that, or is that why he's anonymous?
Because we were writing in the script today, and so you use your names when you're writing, because it's a living document.
Oh
in
yeah,
Google
because
Docs.
if
Everyone
you're
knows
not,
the secrets.
yeah, if you're not a thing, like if you're not an account, you're not gonna be Simon or Peeze. You're gonna be anonymous.
But it says Anonymous Narwhal.
Any animal, it just automatically generates
Really?
a new one. Yeah,
Because like a narwhal's amazing. It's an underwater unicorn.
yeah.
You know what?
It's a
Anonymous
will.
narwhal
It's
is a
randomly
great name.
selected, but it's always the narwhal.
That's a great name for a flag plus. It's a great name for a flag team.
Anonymous Narwhal.
Anonymous narwhal.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm sure we can get some cool jersey designs for that one.
we could.
Yeah.
Teams with terrible jerseys. Stoics Commission. I was there
Do
for
they
that
even
game.
have jerseys?
Two guys from opposite teams wearing the same jersey, by the way.
Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. One was dark gray and orange. The other one was black and orange. It's not the same thing.
They both look like shitty
No.
Bengals jerseys.
Well, they probably were. Actually, one was a Trinity jersey. The other one was an STL jersey. So
Yeah,
yeah,
so
pretty
that's
pretty
what I
shitty.
said.
We talked
The
about
shitty
it,
Bengals,
Stefano,
yeah.
and I said, "Who's in charge of this? Why are there no pennies?" And you looked at me laughing.
I always laugh. That's the best way to live life.
That's true.
If you
That
don't
is
laugh,
Says the guy who wants to
shooting
shoot
yourself in the face.
if you listen to Baby Sharks more than once, yes, you would want to shoot yourself in the face.
Okay, yeah, but so Stefano, tell us about Stoics against the Commission.
So now this game,
Eagle, every once in a while, feel free to recite lyrics from Baby Shark throughout
yeah,
the podcast.
all you gotta say is Baby Shark, do 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 do. That's basically the song.
Baby Shark.
I want to hear your rendition.
You know,
as we
you should
translate.
play off Div C with that song.
We can't. It'll get
Baby
flagged.
shark.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get fined for copyright infringement,
Yeah.
whatever the fuck.
So
Anyway.
let's talk
So we
about
can
the
do
game.
karaoke.
So what is with you in this game? It's not like that's the reason I'm talking. Anyway, so Stoics and Commission. It was funny to see Brent Botkin play defense.
Yes.
Oh my God,
That was
yeah.
fantastic. He had such an impact because nobody ran towards him. So everybody was running in the zone of someone else.
He
So
created so
basically,
much
he created like Chris Rivet. He was looking and he sees Brent Botkin on defense. He's like, "Why the fuck is he there?" And once he said that in his head, he's like, "Well, damn, my receiver seems scared, so let me go that way." And then he goes into another zone of someone that makes a play. So it was very interesting to see, and he had zero impact, like actual impact on the game.
But it's like when Nandi Asimo had like no targets thrown against him in X amount of games. Brent Botkin is a version of that now. Chris Rivet, he kept going to willpower.
Chris Rivet
Willpower.
just came off his best season ever.
Yeah.
Right.
He had a very
Very
good team though.
He had a very good team. Now
had a very
this
good team.
team
He lost some of those players from
is
last
not
season.
as good as the Stoics from the
Yeah.
winter.
Yep.
And there's a lot of new pieces that don't necessarily work the way Chris Rivet's system
Also, like
wants them
that's
to
what I was
work.
gonna lead with. So Chris Rivet, he kept going to a receiver I'm very familiar with. Will Power has been my teammate for a long time. I love the dude. I think he's exceptional. He's never really played high divisions.
Mhm.
Do you think he can be the number one receiver in Division C team?
On the Stoics, yes.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, for a successful Division C.
Because of the way
Like, will Stoics be successful if he's the number one option?
Yeah, the way the Stoics run is you don't necessarily need like a number one stud. You
Mhm.
need a guy that's going to be your number one that's able to catch 6 to 8 to 9 catches per game and have those 80 yards games. It could be different guys at different times, but you need to have like Chris Rivet needs 4 number 2s more than 2 number 1s.
Okay.
He needs to have more guys that are reliable more than anything else. And
Does he have that on this roster?
between Will Power, like you said, Justin Sarantola, Michael Timmis, yes.
Mhm.
Alex Godet is also a very good player. He's got a lot of wealth at receiver. They just never played together before.
Yeah.
They're all sort of thrown into playing a different position than what they're usually accustomed to. So Stoics are going to need some time before the offense really works. And they scored 32 in their first week. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, from a team that had a lot of changes, putting up 32 points. Commission's defense isn't the greatest, but it's still tough to come into
Well,
a
they had
game.
lockdown Botkin.
Yeah, I mean, like honestly, when Brent Botkin was on the field, that's the time that they stopped Chris Rivet.
Lockdown Botkin.
Lockdown
But-
Botkin,
I like
great
it.
name.
The other
Bad
side
news,
of
Botkin,
that,
garbage.
Jeff Marquis had a ton of firepower with Marc-André Lapointe, Nick Chandron-Vallée, Alexandre Joubinville, Christian Santola. Like, there's a lot of speed
Kevin Dennett.
and
Kevin
size.
Dennett
Kevin
had a
Dennett.
monster game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
3
Kevin
touchdowns.
Dennett was the main guy.
Nick
I forgot to mention the one guy who scored 3 times.
Nick
It's okay.
Chandron-Vallée is going to have a great season.
He's gonna have like the
So
most
it
catches on
depends
the
if
team.
he shows up and is
Yeah,
present.
if he's there 10 games, he's a very good receiver.
Yeah.
He usually gets like 7 catches a game.
Yeah,
What's amazing is, imagine what Nick Chandron-Vallée was like when he cared. Like, he always plays like
Yeah.
half-assedly,
Yeah.
and like he's still, better than most guys he's gonna
Oh, yeah,
face.
yeah.
But like, imagine when he was like at the height of his abilities, when he was like the
Yeah.
next big thing in CJAP,
Yeah.
like how good he was.
Very, very
you know?
good. He's still the thing is with his height, his ability to like find the ball in the air, his speed. He's a very good player, and you match that. Like if you look at the commission on the other side of so on one side you have Nick Chandron-Vallée and Marc-André Lapointe. The other side you have guys like Christian Sarantola, Kevin Dennett, Alexandre Joubinville. A lot of speed, a lot of size, and very good receivers altogether. Jeff Marquis is gonna have a very good season throwing to these guys.
I think so. I like Jeff Marquis. I like the way he uses his pieces, and he has no excuse to do.
Well, it depends. It depends. Like if he stays focused and doesn't like rush plays and stuff, he'll be fine. But sometimes if he feels like he's Superman, that he can make a play, that's often when he makes mistakes. You just got to keep a cool head. He's got some serious players to have a great season.
The only job I have at commission this season is yes, their offense is gonna be great. Jeff Marquis is not the best quarterback playing from behind, catching up to the team
Yeah.
because
Mm.
He gets psyched out
Stefano
really
said,
soon. Psychs himself out.
if he's forced to make big plays to get back in the game, he makes mistakes.
Yeah.
And with this commission defense, the way he played in week 1, they're gonna allow a lot of points, and they're gonna need JF to score 55 touchdowns this season,
Yeah.
which is gonna put a lot of pressure on him. So their defense is gonna have to step it up a little bit to give his quarterback more room to breathe.
I agree. Game Changers beat Huffman 44-12.
Yeah, that was an ugly game. That was bad.
Look, Terry Tam's returning a quarterback. He's never played this high. He told me last night that he felt he played too conservatively in this game,
Okay,
and
if that's what he felt, sure.
that's what he told me.
Okay. Yes, he's allowed to feel that way.
Yes.
I feel like he took too many deep shots, which is not his
But
strength.
so what do you mean by that was play calling, not necessarily
Okay.
that
Play
he
calling.
was protecting the ball.
The way he threw the ball. First of all, he doesn't. He knows this. Everyone he doesn't have the best arm. Like Anton Sakis has a better arm than he does, right?
Yes.
So you shouldn't be calling the same plays Anton is trying to do,
Mhm.
and don't try. Yes, you have Nicky Papic, Marco Bertoldi. You have phenomenal receivers with you, but use them to your strength, not to theirs. So if Marco Bertoldi's strength is running post up the middle and running 40 bombs, and you don't have that arm, don't use him that way.
I feel like Marco Bertoldi he'll have trouble succeeding with Terry at quarterback because the thing that Marco Bertoldi does well is box out a defender and
So-
make a catch in a dude's face. And I feel as like though Terry at this level will lack the accuracy, especially early in the season, till his footwork starts coming back. I feel like he might have a strong second half of the season, but early on in the season it'll be hard for him to use the thing he does best.
So there's a lot of things here. Terry tried to beat the rusher a bit too often. Brian Eudoxie is a very good rusher.
Yeah, and
and
you're not going to beat Brian Duxie.
keeping you in front of you, and like he's not the fastest, but he doesn't get beat much.
Like, he doesn't overshoot you like
no.
some people do.
And
He always makes sure he's in front of you.
across the board, like Game Changers got off to a hot start. Huffmen struggled a little bit, and then they sort of just whatever. This game's done. Like we're not gonna get back. Like when you're down 30 points, you know
Yeah.
the game's over. So Terry was trying a few things out. Didn't really work out great for him. But like I said, I think it's just a matter of Terry saying, "This is my offense. We have to run it the way I want it to run because this is where my strengths are."
Yeah.
And I know you have Nicky Papic and he's gonna win jump balls for you. But if that's not what you want to do because that's not your strength,
Don't do that.
He has some good
Use
receivers
him
on that team,
differently.
though.
Yeah.
He has
Yeah,
some
it's
really
a-
good
it's an
receivers. It's
excellent
just a matter of Terry finding them that has to.
Yeah.
If Terry can find his stride and connect with these receivers, they're going to be a solid team.
yeah, they just need. I think they'll need a few weeks before they start to have an offense that puts up 35 points.
Agreed. Any other games, gentlemen?
Well,
It doesn't help that half the games weren't played.
Yeah, so there's 4 games that didn't happen yesterday, so that hurts. The reason why there was no games is there was a mix-up with the renting the venue at Laval. It only starts next week,
Yeah.
so we had to cancel all the games yesterday, which means all your games will be played just on a different night at a different time, which will be announced eventually.
Jagerbomb go back to Simon Deschamps quarterback.
Yeah, that's good.
That's an interesting storyline for me.
Why
John
is it
Brown,
interesting?
love the dude, but Simon Deschamps is a much better quarterback.
Also, John Brown tore his Achilles. He's
Oh.
not coming back this spring.
yeah, that's true.
Really good. But also because the reason why they had John Brown is because Simon Chen didn't fit in the division they wanted to play in
Yeah.
in the winter. Now he fits in this division. They brought in Vincent Benjamin. And
Yeah, well,
François
that's,
Hogg.
I was just going to say, like, that's a
This
huge,
Benjamin is
huge
a good
addition to
player.
this team.
So Vincent Benjamin is going to be the GF Dalloz because GF Dalloz will not be playing this season. François Hogg is the speedster that Félix Fontaine was for the team. But Félix Fontaine is still on the team, so it's just a matter of how he uses. I think Simon Chen is going to be more comfortable with the pieces that he has now, except having Jeff Dalloz would have helped.
Yeah.
But you can't have a guy that can't play. So
Got a message from Matt Kirak after the game. He said, I love playing with Owie.
Yeah.
I imagine all the stress of playing high divisions for so long, and now you get to play with someone who's relaxed, who's chill.
Yeah.
It's a nice feeling, right?
oh, for sure. And
he was brought in late too. He wasn't supposed to be the original snapper, but then after I don't know if he got hurt or pulled out of the season, but he
oh,
we
Matt
called up
Kirak,
Kirak, and yeah,
Kirak
that
is
was his
playing
main
for
guy.
receiver of the year, straight up.
Yeah,
This is his purpose. I'm
Kirak was
going
main
to
guy.
put up 25 touchdowns.
Who's the guy who looks less... I think I posed this question to Matt earlier in the week. Who's the guy who looks less the part? Will Power or Matt Kirak with his dad bod? For different reasons, for opposite reasons.
Willpower.
Will Power,
Will
like,
Power.
does not look like a guy who's as athletic as he
No,
is.
no. Will Power does not look like he belongs to sports. Period.
But then
Matt Kirak looks
Matt
like it.
Kirak looks like everyone's dad ever. Like
Yeah.
if I'm
You know,
casting an
Matt Kirak-
after-school special
Yeah.
about
Fathers.
a dad who's falls asleep on the couch and the kids sneak
Oh, yeah,
out,
it's Kirak with a beard.
Matt Kirak.
Yeah.
Well,
But he also looks like the guy that used to play a lot of sports 5-6 years ago.
he also
Right,
looks
so-
like one of the most worn-out athletes. Like life
Is
just,
the
like,
guy that used to
He
play a
is-
lot of
yeah.
sports.
That's what I'm saying. But
Years
like,
Yeah,
That's
he-
not creative.
and,
This
like,
is
it
why
took
you
him out.
got promoted
This is why
because
you
you
suck,
you
Simo.
suck at creativity.
This is why you suck in every place, Simo. Anyways, it's okay.
This
I
guy.
forgive you. Yeah,
This guy.
You
It's
can
amazing.
fire me if you want.
It's like there's two of me yelling at you now. It's amazing. My life has never been better.
It's always been.
I'm
good.
king of the world.
I mean,
Please
doesn't
don't leave me,
Kirak
Simo.
just look like the
of
father
studio.
at a soccer game that would get red carded?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Like
yeah.
he would just
Oh,
yell
yeah.
at a ref
Oh, yeah.
because his son got like touched or like tripped or
And then
something.
as he's
and then he
leaving-
gets super pissed.
As he's leaving the field, he's gonna piss on the ref's car. 1,000%.
And he's gonna like throw it.
1,000%.
He's gonna throw his beer on like the windshield. That's Kirak, you know.
Yeah.
He gives you that vibe.
you
But
that.
going back to the question, yeah, Will Power doesn't look like he plays sports.
At least he circles back.
I like that he circled back. That's pretty good. That's pro podcasting right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, he doesn't look like he belongs to sports. But look at him. He's quite an athlete.
And look, he is. He's absolutely.
Maybe if he changed his haircut, because
Because
the haircut really doesn't give him any.
Because that's
favors.
what that allows him to give him separation. Because people see their haircut like
This
no.
guy's
Oh,
no
that's
chest.
crazy.
Oh,
Who's
okay.
this?
Why is he so far in the air?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
That's a good question.
Simon, looking at Division C,
Yeah.
who do you think are the front runners to start the season?
Well, there was this article.
Typical Division C Week 1 question.
Who's the front runner for this division?
Yeah.
Really?
I pulled it from the Mocons.
All right, so
we should have a box of generic
that
Mocon
would be so good.
topics, but we pull them out and we ask Mo. Make him answer his
Make him
own
fuck up.
dumbass questions like I'm using right
I
now.
mean, you could do this season. So I think P.O.P is going to be good. This, like you said, they have a Division 1 receiver, probably the best quarterback in the division, throwing to him, which helps.
So is Craig still better than Sean Abrams?
Sean Abrams not in the division.
No, but I'm just saying.
I mean,
Go back
one
to
of them
like
will be a
Pat
Hall of Famer soon, and his name is Owie.
And the other one still behind Joe Taylor.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
P.O.P is going to be a good team. I think that Jagerbomb are going to bounce back eventually. They just need more time because
This
they
is
have two new pieces.
This is what we want from
Jagerbomb.
Jagerbomb, right? This is what we want.
Lose a few games early, so
No,
you
like,
got that
honestly,
push
but
and
yeah,
stay
but
high.
see, Jagerbombs, if Simon Duchesne is not their quarterback, like that's not
He is the
Jagerbomb.
quarterback.
I know, but if he
when he
wasn't-
hasn't been. Is what
when he
you're
hasn't been, that's not Jagerbomb. Like that's not the
Yeah.
potential Jagerbomb could be. So it's a very good. It's going to be a very good division, very competitive.
So I think the commission's
we
going to
also
have
missed 4 of the games, so kind of.
commissions could have a good season if their defense
Yeah, their
comes
defense
together.
has to. Clutch.
They could get some wins. They might lose a few games, but they're gonna finish above 500. That's for sure. Game Changer is gonna have a great season.
I mean,
the team is stacked.
Are
man.
you're just not saying your team because
Yes.
it's your team?
Yeah.
It's
Let's
a good
talk
team.
about the
I'm
team you
going
beat.
down the list. Sorry,
Talk about the team you beat.
Pineapple Express. Bad
Who
week.
was half of the commission?
Bad week.
Yeah, they really was.
Eddie wasn't there. That's a huge
No, he
loss for
wasn't.
them.
Yeah.
Zach
Eddie
Zorn was
the wrong
replacing.
Mhm.
Yeah, he
Which
was.
is
He was
a
in the
pretty
Raptors
good.
game.
Yeah, I know. He was right behind Kawhi when he hit that shot.
So so Pineapple
Good
Express.
reason.
Good reason.
Yeah, they were
That's
missing
good.
Eddie. That hurts.
Yeah, but he's missing Eddie and then replacing him with Zach Zorn.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
No,
Eddie
I know.
plays
Eddie
differently.
played. Yeah, I know. But Zach Zorn's a solid player.
Dom Benevento played well,
But
but
see, that's the thing, right? With that team, it's Chris Olsen looks at Don Benevento and then everybody else.
that was exactly it. And Chris missed a lot of throws.
Yeah, Chris was off. This week
he didn't have a good game.
But that's usually what he does, right? Week 1, Scry, he
we
misses.
brought, we brought
then
in a new
after he
rusher
adjusts.
that had the height advantage on Chris Olsen on purpose. The guy never played rusher before. We told him, "You're tall. Just put
Who
your
is it?
hands up." Nick Gruppini
Okay.
from Unknown Talent. Tall,
Yeah, but
fast.
he's a very good athlete.
We said, "Just put your hands up." Chris is small. You're gonna be fine.
Yeah, he can't. If he had to
And-
throw over him, that was.
Yeah,
that
he
was,
did it twice and we got picked off.
There was
twice.
once a game where Fred Morissette was late, and so Chris Olsen had to start for Moose, my old team. And with the first 3 snaps, I put over his head, and then I just stopped snapping.
So
Because like Fred Morissette's
You're used to a
6'2".
fucking top
Yeah.
quarterback, and now you got.
So,
yeah.
so Chris just had one of those games where he had a bad game. I
Yeah.
don't think Pineapple Express is a bad team. I think we're lucky
They
to play
have
them.
But it
some
also
solid
wasn't the core team. Right?
no.
No, they were missing a few guys. They have some good. Listen, they have some good players on that team. Julian McLaren's a very good player. Dom Benevento's a good player. Eddie Lee's a good player. Chris Olsen's a good quarterback. They've won games with him before. They'll be fine. I think they just needed a little bit more time, and it was a lot of week 1 blues and mistakes and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
that's pretty much what it was.
And so and then on your side, you guys have Justin Blanchard, Justin Lerner, and AJ Gomes wasn't even at this game.
No, he wasn't there. No,
So I mean,
he was replaced by Charles Véro, which again, Charles Véro's a great
Yeah.
player.
Yeah.
but that's what I'm saying. The quality of your sub too, like it's not like you would replace them
No.
with someone who's
No.
terrible. So
But I've been known for that. Like usually we get subs that
Yeah.
are very good, so it helps.
well, and like credit to you, like, and this is the thing where, as in the last show we talked about what happens if we institute a harder cap in the higher divisions. Guys will be forced to go into lower divisions
Yep.
and look for a guy like Charles Véro, by the way,
Yeah.
who can totally play high division.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
Um,
he really good.
Yeah, I think. And
Justin
if we,
Lerner too.
if we keep going, I think Backyard Bullies could have a good season. I think it's going to come down to how healthy Rich Humes is.
Yeah.
If he
That's
can't
a
move
big thing.
around, he's going to lose some of that magic that he had from the previous seasons.
What about Glow Gang?
Glow Gang, the thing is, will they care?
They'd never do.
Well,
How many
last
games-
5 games.
How many games will they? Yes, but in this season, 12 out of 20 makes it.
Because I like
So 5 and 5 might not make playoffs.
I like Arnold Desjardins a lot.
Yes, Glow Gang's a very
they're a
talented
good
team.
team, but like you said, they usually show up late. They're all over the place. They're a bunch of young guys. Their attitudes suck.
I don't think Glow Gang's the
and
best
Arnaud
team.
likes going 40 yards, and that's it.
I don't think Glow Gang's the best team in this division.
They have
Yeah.
solid athletes. though, I'm not gonna lie.
And I don't, because only 12 out of 20 makes it this season in the
Okay.
playoffs. 5 and 5 might not make playoffs. Most likely will not.
Mhm.
So if they decide to throw 2 or 3 games like they did last season because whatever, and now they're only playing 7
It'll
games
cost
in their
them.
schedule, they'll have to go 6-1.
Yeah.
And considering they're not the best team in the division, it won't happen. So they'll need to fight to finish 6 and
They
4.
have to be the consistent
Yeah.
team that
So
we.
Glow
they could
Gang,
be, but
they could be good, but I think they're going to be very up and down. Easy J Coven's going to be a great team. I have no doubt about that. Jake Applebaum is going to have a very good season. He played well in Division 3 last
What's the
winter.
team name?
Easy Jake Oven.
Oh, Easy Jake Oven. I
Yeah.
thought it was Easy Bake Oven.
But it's a very...
That's the
yes,
point. I know,
yeah.
but I thought that's what they went with. I didn't
Like,
think it was because of Jake's name.
They have Kevin Smuda,
Kevin
Martin
Smuda's a good player.
Friedman, Noah Groper, Jake Applebaum, AJ Rashkovan, and Adam Rotman. It's a very good team.
Yeah.
They're going to be very good in this division.
I actually find Division C to be more compelling than it's been in previous seasons.
Yeah, I think there's a nice mashup of even the...
Yeah, because now the difference in quarterback is Division D.
But
Before
who's the
it was Division C.
weaker team here? Like, if
They're
you're
all
looking
pretty
at this,
even.
I mean, the Huffmen have the weakest quarterback.
but
in
they
the
have
league.
one of the best rosters.
Yeah.
The roster is stacked.
It just
the
it's
quarterback.
like the
yeah,
thing
but the
is,
quarterback is the big one, obviously.
like
Yeah.
Terry Town needs to be able to score at least 4 times a game for Huffman to be competitive, and
Yep.
it's a lot to ask from a guy who hasn't played this division at quarterback and hasn't played in a while at quarterback.
For sure, but they're also like it's not a bad team that you could just look over and say whatever we'll win on the
No, yeah.
matchups. Even same thing could be said about the team like Sweat and Beers. It's one of those teams you sort of overlook, but remember what happened in the winter when we overlooked them and they had a phenomenal season.
Yeah.
So
They also have a good roster.
yes, Mercenaries too is going to be a good team that's going to like at the end of the day. I think a lot of these teams have potential to finish above 500.
Maybe A squad KGP, Keyport Lock.
KGP, I think it's gonna matter who plays for KGP. From this roster, there's not enough names on it for us to actually judge, and they didn't play week 1, so it's gonna be interesting to see who actually plays for KGP. And I think a lot of these rankings are gonna come down to the head-to-head you had with another team that's right below you in the season.
Mhm.
So I
I
think
think of gym class heroes.
Well, they have Mary Parek at quarterback.
no,
No,
Oh, sorry,
He's receiver.
open the wrong page. Yeah,
that's a team that
this is
might not work out so much.
they have Mary Parek on the team, but he's not
On the team,
quarterback.
yeah,
You
not
can't
the
throw in this
quarterback.
division,
no,
obviously.
he's playing receiver. James Donald.
James Donald will learn it's not as easy to play quarterback in FPF as everyone thinks it is.
He's
Yeah.
played a few times quarterback. He's never had great success.
But he hasn't had a full season, has he?
But look at his first
I don't
game.
think so.
9 for 24, 2 touchdowns, 4 interceptions.
Yeah, but he also played.
He played all hooks. It was
who's
a
good
ridiculous team. Honestly,
teams.
that team is a big case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Like, they're quick,
it doesn't
they
help
have
the fact that you're trying to learn and you're playing against this ridiculous defense. So there's a little bit of that. I think Gym Class Heroes are maybe the weakest team in the division, but
Yeah.
they've got some good players
But
that
they have
going to
good
be
players.
able
but I'm
to.
just saying, as a team,
Yeah.
in my opinion, they would probably have they need a lot more work than other teams.
Yeah,
in
but
this
I
league.
don't think any of these teams is an easy win to play against,
No.
which is going to make Division C very fun. Because if one of the strong teams is currently 5-2, loses 2 games, now they're 5-4, and they're looking at their Week 10 game saying if we don't win, we don't make playoffs.
And
You go
even
from-
then, we might not
You
make
go
playoffs.
from 5-2 and say we might not make playoffs. It's crazy, right? Like it makes it very interesting, and I don't think any week's gonna be a gimme. So
Eagle, what time is it?
Games of the week. And we're going to
Yay.
focus primarily on teams who have not played, so we can give them a little bit of coverage this time.
Nice.
And these guesses are going to be complete, wild, and based on no facts whatsoever.
Like all of them. Like everything we do on the show.
no. What we do is accurate and determined, and not drawn out of a hat.
I say stuff, and if it happens, it happens.
Shut up, Steph.
Isn't that
Go to bed,
accurate of
Simo.
anything that anyone ever says?
Yeah, exactly. But it's not like there's
like if I say I'm gonna take a piss before I go to bed, but then I forget, and then I gotta take
You're
a
an
piss in the
idiot.
Isn't
morning.
that how words
You're
work?
an
It
idiot.
either happened or it didn't happen.
But you're an idiot after that. Like if you tell
Listen,
yourself you
man.
have to take a
This
piss,
guy-
before bed,
2019.
This guy's straight
You're
with the
right.
insults.
You're right. You're right.
You
you're
can't
right.
piss shame me.
29. I'm not. I'm trying not to. Hey, I fat shamed myself before. You know,
That's fine though.
I'm
Piss
way
shaming,
past
bro.
that. I'm way past shaming other people. I'm all about shaming myself. That's the life I chose.
So let's start off with Glow Gang versus Keyport Lock.
Glow Gang.
Oh, just like that, just
Yeah.
straight up.
No, Glow Gang. They have on paper they have a better team.
But you know what?
Yeah, but
Keep
it's
it
week
lock
two.
is so annoying to play.
Yeah, but it's week
They
2.
really
Glow
are.
Gang, it's week 2. They
Yes,
they
they
gonna
don't
miss
care.
all the games.
Yeah, that's true. But they missed week 1, so it's week 1, right? They come out strong.
They're
week
gonna
one.
be drunk. They're gonna be late. They're gonna be sunburned.
Probably.
But they'll win the game because I think it'll be a closer game than one would think because of the vast difference in talent.
Yeah.
But Keyport Lock is annoying.
Yeah,
and
they are an annoying
They
team.
keep
They find
keep the games
stupid ways to
close.
win.
I think Keyport Lock's gonna win because Glow Gang's gonna come up on the field and say, "Who are these guys? They don't
Yeah.
belong on the field with us."
plus drunk.
and they're gonna make so many
sunburned.
mistakes early because Keyport Lock's not a bad team and they've got nice players. I
You know
think
how hard it
Keyport
is to play sunburned.
It really
Lock
is.
hurt, man.
tough, man.
Yeah, it aches.
Like you got to go shirtless on that shit because it's not gonna work out.
I mean, we need a
Shirtless
jersey.
on the shit.
No, but see on the shirt, like with
No,
a shirt
you have
on.
to go shirtless on the shit.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know what I mean. Go fuck yourself. Simon. Anyways,
On the shit though.
on the shit though. Go fuck yourself on the shit.
Next game, KGP versus Dream Breakers.
I don't know who's on KGP.
Yeah, so it's gonna matter a
KGP
bit
is a
more
weird
than just
roster.
who's throwing for KGB. I think Phil Cutler's a good quarterback, but he needs weapons around him for
Yeah.
him to be successful.
You can't just pick people up.
Who's on KGP? No one knows.
We'll figure it out.
Dreambreakers was a very good team in Division 4 in the second half last season. They've had some good games. The guys are slowly learning what FPF is and how to play FPF. So I have hope for Dreambreakers this season. I think they're gonna have a good season, and it starts with playing KGP week 1.
Yeah, I like François Dessereau is a very good player.
He is.
Sebastien Dallaire.
Pierre-Alexandre Taché is a very good player.
It's just
Give me Dreambreakers.
talent across the field. Give me Dreambreakers because again, we know the Dreambreakers have talent. We don't know what KGP has.
Yeah. This gonna be Dreambreakers.
And the last game will be Junkyard Dogs versus Backyard Bullies.
So, like I said, how healthy is Rich Humes? And if he cannot move at all and he's not comfortable running around, then he's going to have a tough time against the rusher, and he's not a great pocket passer. Whereas Junkyard Dogs,
Listen,
they've had up and downs. but
I'm as close to medical professionals as we have.
Yes,
Okay.
we are.
I
Yes,
saw
true.
Rich Humes at the St. Patrick's Day Parade.
okay.
It was early in the morning, and both of us were very intoxicated. So it leads me to believe he's not taking meds, means he's healthy. Backyard bullies.
Smart.
Reporting. I stole your drink, bud. Don't worry, I didn't forget.
Oh man.
Smart.
Smart.
What do you got? What'd you pick?
Smart.
What'd you pick?
It's gonna be Junkyard.
I got them bullies.
That's been the show. You've been Simon. You continue to be Stefano
Because I
Ferrari.
am a sick.
Eagle,
It's a weird flex.
please be anybody else.
Weird what?
It's a weird flex.
I am Francois Delaurier.
There we go. Well done. Thank you guys for joining me on today's show. Thank you for subbing for Mokan. Mokan, thank you for missing. But most of all, thank you all for letting me be myself. Can you say it to someone who's been kidnapped?
No. My aliens also do that.